So let's actually get to grips with what you just saw me doing up here, including the whole setup procedure. So we need a little bit of language now to get into that, all right? The language isn't as important as the idea that you represent to the other person. Scott, maybe we use you again, seeing as we've started with you, may as well give you the whole thing. Now, technically speaking, on the very first instant induction that you did, we did the whole preparation phase non-verbally, which was this, right? And then you went through the whole induction. That's the preparation phase. A lot of people who talk about instant inductions won't count that as part of the induction, but it really is, right? So now I'm going to do the intellectual equivalent of that. You can do actually the same step if you want to, but I'm going to do the intellectual equivalent at the same time, which is, number one, I'm going to ask for permission for trance, because this is a more overt sort of setting, and I don't want him punching me in the nose for violating the social contract, right? So would you like to go into trance?
Yes.
Great. Number one, ticked off the sheet. Number two, I'm going to look for absorption of attention. So just stand there, look at me. Actually, I'm going to do it this way around. Okay, that's it. Just look at me. I'm looking for exactly the same thing as before. Now, if I do it like this, I do it like this, I do it like this, it really doesn't matter. All I'm looking for is the exact same thing you look for right at the beginning, which is, do I have his attention? That's all I care about. If I don't have it, by the way, if he's distracted, what do? You give him more instructions until he's actually focused on you. So get a little distracted, a little bit like everyone's looking at you. What's going on there? There you go. So just focus on me. There you go. Just there you go. Breathe. Breathe out. Just straighten your legs out. Straighten your legs out. There you go. Good. That's it. Now look at me. Do you notice how on each instruction, it takes him less time to follow, and you can almost see his face calming down. He's actually already going to a slight trance. He's getting that kind of like that doorway's opening up. He's going, oh, something's going on here. And we're preparing him for it. He knows he's going to trance because he's just agreed to it. I'm absorbing his focus of attention, and I'm moving about. I'm giving him instructions until I'm satisfied that he's following the suggestions or the instructions fully. At that point, I get a good sense, okay, he's ready for this. Then I'll get myself ready. And for this one, I'll probably stand on the side because I'm about to do this whole thing here. So I'm going to stand slightly sideways. So I'll say, just look over here. That's it. And if you want to give any more instructions, then the two things to say is, one, your feet will always support your weight. Number two, if you want to say this, I don't usually bother, but if you want to say this, in a moment I'm going to put you in trance. When you hear the word sleep, just allow your eyes to close and just go with the experience. So basically what you're saying, closing of eyes is okay, so that he knows that the physical behavior expected of him is allowed. And then secondly, the mental part of the behavior is let yourself go. Just go with the flow. Don't fight it, don't resist it, just go with it, which is the mental state we want, right? So there's no rocket science in anything I've said so far, right? You can do it without that pre-frame, without your legs will support your body, without your eyes will close, and just go with the experience. As long as I have the attention, I'm okay. So it'll be like, do you want to go into trance?
Yes.
Okay, just stand here, face me. Good. Ready? Down. I'm done. That's why it looks so quick, because I've checked every tick in the box in what, 2 seconds, 3 seconds? Does that answer your question? Now, if I want to get more elaborate, if I had a sense of maybe this guy's got a slight dodgy balance, or he's going to be a little harder to work with, doesn't quite know, he's going to be a little bit more resistant perhaps, I'll give him more instructions so he knows what I expect from him. So I might say something like, whenever it happens, your legs are always going to support your body. They're like tree trunks. So whatever happens to your body, your legs will always be there for you. You understand that, right? The moment I say the word sleep, when I say the word sleep, I don't mean like sleep like it's at bedtime. Just close your eyes and go with the experience. Does that make sense to you?
Yes.
Great. Sleep. Does that seem like something you guys can all do right now? Well, thank you very much. So, enough talking. You have a group of eager and hungry trance junkies waiting for your call. What I'm looking for is hand on the back of the head, tip them forward. Remember, you're coming in and then pulling back slightly so you've got their head safe. And then gently rotate. Their heads are not screw sockets that you want to unscrew. It's a gentle mammalian. It's kind of like stroking them, but without stroking the head, because that's a bit weird. Actually, I've seen that happen. It can work pretty well to do it too, but it's still invasive as well. Just rotate their head like you're giving someone a neck massage or something like that. All right? Just think of it in terms of you're at a nice spa, which you are, by the way, and you're giving someone a nice little neck, head type massage, and you rotate their head so they feel real good. and then you can add whatever language you want or not, as the case may be. Is that simple in terms of steps that you're following? Yeah? Okay, guys, you've got 5 minutes to do everyone in the room. Also. So are you guys getting a different quality of the same experience? Do you notice how even though you're really doing the same thing, it actually gives you a different insight to the whole experience because you're doing it slightly differently. You're not getting stuck on one railroad track. Is that fair to say? What kind of things have you guys noticed, just briefly?
This is more comfortable.
You like this more? So some of you find it more comfortable? It's called having choice, right? It's good. Anything else? Great. Oh, go ahead. Mm-hmm. So when you're the client, you really like when someone like this, the whole moving the head thing.
Yeah, it improves
Beautiful.
the trance, the experience of the trance.
So technically that's called a deepener. In other words, it deepens the experience that you're having, makes more of the experience. Deeper is kind of a weird mixture of things because I don't believe hypnosis is like up or down. I think hypnosis is like this weird 3, maybe 4, 5-dimensional space where you're in different locations. But deeper is a decent enough metaphor to say you have the experience, now you're going to make more of it, deeper, further. It's like the Olympic Games, you know, further, higher, deeper, whatever. So that's really what we're talking about. So what we want to add on to the whole thing we're doing now is deepening experiences. So taking the basic induction, the basic, feel-good thing, and how do you deepen it? Well, we started deepening it with this language over there. The more you relax, the deeper you go. That's a simple, direct instruction to go deeper, right? The second thing you did, you noticed that the head rotation, the kind of like a massage type thing, will deepen the experience also, especially if you couple it with language. Is that fair to say? So let's change the induction. Let's do a couple of things at the same time. Change the induction, because you may as well mix and match a bit, and then add variations on ways of doing the deepener. Would that be interesting? Yes? I mean, we could go into lunch early if you want and watch TV or something. I hear the new ER is on, so I don't know. So you guys want to add new inductions and new deepeners? Right, I'll need a volunteer. Can I borrow you perhaps? Again, you're safe this time. I'm not actually going to do the induction. I just want to show people the movements. Okay. So the one movement was, just to stylize it a bit, head on the front and back to support the weight. Now I'm taking the weight, I'm feeling the weight here, as I had felt on my shoulder before, and I'm gently rotating the head. Notice how our body is following, which is a very nice response. And I'm looking for the relaxation of the muscles on the neck. That's it, a little bit more. There you go, that's it. That's it. And notice how my language is just feeding back, non-verbally, or I can just go say deeper, 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 deeper. See, there's no sophistication in my language yet, right? It's the sophistication is, well done, you're doing great. The sophistication is, wait a second, we're not finished with you yet. The sophistication is not in the language, it's in what the language is doing, the feedback response you're providing. Does that make sense? So what are other things you can do? Well, look where my hand is. Just close your eyes a moment. Deeper. There you go. That's it. Deeper. See what's going on here? What am I doing? Anyone? Come on back. Don't spill the beans on this one. What am I doing? Anyone? We're putting a little pressure on the shoulder right here. I'm giving this a mild squeeze. Notice, it's not a bone-crunching squeeze. It's a gentle squeeze. And the reason most of you didn't see it is because it is a mild squeeze of the shoulder, right? Remember, hypnosis tends to deepen experiences, amplify them. So normal massage, you might want to have a nice firm grip to get those muscles going. But in hypnosis, people don't like that because it's too much experience at that point, right? So nice, gentle pressure on the shoulder. And you can couple that with either direct language, like deeper, 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 or you can couple it with just reinforcements, feedback. That's it. More of that. More of that. Because you're doing the same thing as essentially you did earlier on, just with the added value of this. Did you like that? Does that feel nice?
It's like a pulse.
Feels like a pulse, yeah?
Very light.
Are you squeezing and pushing down, or are you squeezing?
It doesn't matter, right? You can do this. You can go deeper, deeper. I'll do this side. Deeper, deeper, deeper. Like, you've seen this on stages. Like every time I touch you on the shoulder, you're going to be like a monkey and whatever. You won't. Just adding that, right? Every time I touch you on the shoulder, you just go more and more comfortably relaxed. There you go. So you can do that. I prefer to actually just squeeze because you're not losing contact at that point. You're just making more of it. And that means also it's an analog thing so that when I want to have even more relaxation, I can squeeze it a little bit more firmly. That's it. There you go. And it opens up, exactly. So we have head rotation. Everyone happy with this one? Right? This is the one that usually freaks most people out because it's really personal contact, but hey, you're beyond that now. There's the shoulder squeezing thing, right? You can actually do both shoulders. Deeper, deeper, deeper. One shoulder, both shoulders, I don't really care. Experiment with it. The third one I want you to try is just go ahead, relax more. There you go, your legs will support you. Notice what's going on here? More. There you go. Notice I'm not shaking like a rag doll. Just very gently, that's it. More than that. There you go. There you go. When you're ready, just bring yourself back. How was that?
Very
Okay.
subtle.
So that's much more like the whole dancing metaphor we talked about before. So think about what we're doing. We're just adding, in that sense particularly, it's a rhythm for the head roll and the shoulder roll. It's rhythm. And you're using kind of rhythm as a kind of a gentle, it's okay. It's the equivalent of stroking the horse's mane and going, it's okay, shh, it's okay now. And with some people, you can even stroke hair if you want, but I would advise you not to, because that goes into a different territory, and we're not talking about that kind of stuff here. Does that make sense to everyone?
Igor, I noticed you're not specifically referencing what you're doing the way a stage hypnotist would.
And
Yet, let's repeat that. You're not specifically referencing what you're doing with your hands, and yet it has the same effect if you sort of time it with what you're saying.
so are you meaning in terms of, I'm not telling them, as I touch in the shoulder, you'll go deeper
Right,
and deeper,
exactly.
now do it deeper, deeper.
Yeah, each touch of the shoulder.
Exactly. I can do that, but I'm actually trying to stay clear of language because that's what we're going to do when we start the actual conversation hypnosis form. And I want you to realize that there's a deeper level to what we're doing here. So I'm actually doing this. It's just, it's more subtle because I'm actually feeding back her own responses, which is when I feel a trance response, a relaxing of features, a taking of balance, whatever, that's what I amplify. I'm doing it totally non-verbally. So I really am doing the same thing. It's just I haven't added the linguistic element for a reason, right? Because we're not doing any language yet. But thank you for pointing that out. So you know about the different deepness. You have the head. You've got the little rocking motion. Actually, another really nice one. Let's have a seat on here. Another really nice one, which is less for standing, more for sitting, although you can do it probably standing as well. It's just a gentle rock, backwards and forwards. There you go. Isn't that nice?
Very nice.
Okay. And that's kind of a pleasant one. You can do the whole, sometimes you can do a little squeeze here as well. So you see how these things add up together? We may as well do the final one in a moment, just so you know it's going to happen. I'm going to touch your left wrist. I'm going to lift it up and drop it down. Okay? Every time I do, you can just go, just let it go. That's it. Let it go. There. See what I'm doing here? Do you see the difference quality in the reaction? Do what you did a moment ago. Go back to slightly more tension. So do you see how there's a delay in it falling down? So I'm going to pick it up. So just let me have it. There you go. I felt her releasing the hand, and then you just go, that's it, deeper. Does that feel great?
Very nice.
Deeper, deeper. Notice how I'm not even doing that much with the hand. It's not a massive drop down. And if you stand up in a moment, just stand yourself up. Very good. You can do the same, just close your eyes again. You can do the same, but you can do it almost just to the side of the thigh there. Just let it bounce that way. Again, I'm not lifting it way up here. We're not doing what they call like a roller coaster ride. We don't want that. We just want a nice, gentle bounce. Enough for me to feel, does she release tension? Does she give me control of that arm? And when it bounces, it's like, this is great. Thank you very much for bringing yourself back. Give a nice round of applause. Oh, one more thing. So you understand all the different type of like deepening motions. We'll look at those a little bit more at another time as well. But I just want you to get a sense of there are variations and you can explore. Yes? So we may as well change the induction as well now because you may well have more experiences. So we'll do it. It'll be interesting because we have a microphone. Be prepared for a pop. Actually, let's move this over here somewhere. I'm going to do the physical motion for induction. So just bear with me, just I don't want this to blow someone's ears off. Okay. So the handshake you just saw a moment ago, here's the handshake. This is what people normally do. So you can either go lift and pull, or as they expect a lift, you actually go straight to the pull. Now remember, this is not a pull, not a drag. This is more as a gentle squeeze, right? So this is what I'm doing. If anyone has any doubts what it is, just come up and see me when we start the exercise, and I'll just do this bit on you. Do you see that shoulder popping forward? Do you see her regaining her balance again? That's all we want. Now, at the same time, I'm going to go sleep. So this is sleep. And to deepen it, see how her body's already coming forward? I'm going to have my shoulder there ready and waiting for her. because it's going to happen forward. Now, sometimes you can release your hand in time to bring this up and do this way, but don't bank on it, right? Because sometimes people actually grip on going like, what's going on here? And the worst thing you can do is just try and get rid of your hand and your elbow comes up and you go whack into that. That's just not good hypnosis. Exactly. So the physical motions, just practice the physical motions with a few people first and then do the whole thing. It's here. The hands are already ready here. Sleep, hold, and relax. And then you can go squeeze, head rotation, rock, side to side. There you go, through, whatever you want to do. Does that make sense to everyone? Everyone got a clear idea of what you're doing and how to do it? Any questions on the mechanism of this at all? Go ahead. Well, normally people don't stand face to face, like a face off when they're shaking hands. Usually people are half facing anyway, right? So as I've got a sort of a half facing position here, sleep, and I know I'm doing it. So see how this hand comes in to gather the head, and it comes in on the other side because I'm pulling her back into my body. Now it may hit your shoulder, it may hit you on the chest, it doesn't matter where. What you're doing is you're gathering them in and bring them in. So this is the kind of motion I'm doing. So kind of like, this is like kung fu. This is hypnotic kung fu. Right? That's all that you're doing. So it's sleep down. That's it. All the way. You're great. Oh, you may as well get all the advantage. A little bit more than that. And that extra suggestion that you really wanted. That's it. There you go. Your legs will support you. And then we'll count from 1 to 3. The count of 3, you'll open your eyes. Feeling absolutely amazing. 1, coming up slowly. 2, and 3. How are you doing?
Excellent.
Fantastic. Good job.
Thank you.
Give a round of applause. Does that make sense to everyone? Yes? You have 5 minutes to do 20 people. Go.